Share VirtualBox folders in reverse. Guest host. I'm familiar with the process of installing guest editions and sharing host folders with the guest, but is there a way to do the reverse? I have an XP host and Ubuntu 10.10 guest, with VBox 4.0.2. In other words, I'd like for the host to have direct access to, at least some of the, files inside the view file.
There is no way to do this with the guest extensions. However, set up normal Ubuntu file sharing on your guest and you can access the files using the virtual network between the host and the guest. The OS version of VirtualBox doesn't have shared folders, and this is the recommended sharing method for VirtualBox as described here. How to Geek has a tutorial here on how to do it with Ubuntu specifically, and it applies to everything outside of home folders as well. The network driver is smart enough not to send the traffic over the wire, but will still be used to communicate with the guest. I have a few virtual machines I run and use like this, both on Mac and Windows.
By default, the virtual machine has a NAT connection to the local network, meaning it doesn't have a real IP address of its own. If you instead set up a bridged connection, you can use regular file sharing methods from the virtual PC, for example Windows file sharing, including Samba under Linux/Unix/ etc., or NFS. Of course the VM would have to be running. It's also possible to mount a V as a drive under the host OS. I don't know the details of how to do that on an XP host, and I believe you would have to shut down, rather than suspend, the guest OS to avoid hard drive corruption.
This can be done. What you need to do is add an extra network card as host-only network and restart guest machine. During restart it'll prompt to install new network interface. Answer yes to that. Once booted, the guest machine can be accessed from the host using the IP of the guest. I suggest setting a static IP, 192.168.50.10, for example for the guest. Share out Samba and you should be able to talk to it from the host machine. I did it and it's awesome.
If you mean while the guest is running, then you could use Samba, as already mentioned, an SFTP share such as SFTP drive. Remember, SFTP is a subset of SSH, whereas FTPS is a subset of FTP. This means as long as you can connect using SSH, then you can connect using SFTP and get the same file/folder permissions on the guest as the user you use to log on.
Review, 2 importantes clases con 7 subheadings.